tell Wisconsin, we tell our country, and we tell people all across the globe that voters really do want leaders who stand up and make the tough decisions.
Governor Scott Walker celebrated his victory over Tom Barrett in the recall election last night in Wisconsin. It's big news, national news, and we've got analysis from both sides of the aisle, starting with our own Wall Street Journal senior editorial writer Collin Levy, who joins us via Skype from Chicago. Collin, welcome.
Hi, Mary.
So, Collin, Mr. Walker was the third governor in U.S. history to endure a recall and the first one to win. 7 points. How did he do it?
You know what? I mean, he really did it because people liked his collective bargaining reforms. It's not really that much more complicated than that. They looked at it. They saw that business confidence has gone up in the state. Businesses are looking at hiring. And there's been surveys that have shown that, CEOs have said they're more and more interested in investing in Wisconsin. They've seen, taxpayers have seen property taxes go down. Overall, there's just been a lot of positive movement there. That he's saved the state a lot of money. So I think that was, at the end of the day, that was what this was all about. Despite all the politics and all the money and all the fighting, this really was, at the end of the day, a policy judgment by voters.
Now, Collin, I want to hone in on that money issue because there's a lot of press today, a lot of talking heads out there, particularly on the Democratic side, saying that big money was the reason why Governor Walker won this recall. Truth or fiction?
I mean, fiction, obviously. I mean, this is the Democratic theme song of the year, probably, that everything is going to be about big money. But, if you actually look at some of the polling, there was polling done by the Wisconsin Chamber of Commerce that shows that, basically the numbers stated about 50 for Walker and 45 for Barrett from December straight through May. So there was almost no movement there. And why that's significant is that this was such a polarizing issue that people were just committed to their candidate. So they're really, with as much money as got thrown into this race, that really wasn't shifting at all, even a smidgen. One of the other interesting things that you have to be aware of is that this was a policy debate with national implications, and money goes where politics and where policy are. So it's not really all that surprising that there was a lot of money here.
Collin, White House spokesman Jay Carney put on a really brave face today on Air Force One in a press gaggle, basically saying, this has no implications for November. We're not worried. Should the White House be worried?
Yeah, they should be worried. It's no surprise that Obama wasn't anywhere near this thing, right? The last thing he wanted to do was really show his face around what was a sinking ship. But they definitely should be worried. I think that conservative voters in Wisconsin are incredibly energized. There's no question that this election either went on undecideds or on turnout, and either way, it doesn't bode well for the White House. They won Wisconsin last time. In fact, there hasn't been a Republican that's won in Wisconsin since 1984. But that's something that could change here, and I think the White House has a lot of reason to be nervous.
I want to turn to the unions very briefly. AFL-CIO leader Richard Trumka came out today boasting about the fact that the Democrats retook the state Senate. Is this really a victory for labor?
Well, if this is what they call a victory, then we can only wish them more such victories. I think they know that this is a really devastating blow for them. They've already seen membership decrease in the unions across the state. AFSCME had about 50% decrease in membership just since the reforms went into effect. So they know that things are not looking good for them right now.